Korean BLs didn't exactly bring their A game this year, but a handful still managed to sneak in with chemistry and plots worth screaming about. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 Korean BL series with the highest ratings on MDL, plus my very unfiltered opinions on each one. Once you're done watching, let me know in the comments whether you agree with the ranking, or if you're ready to fight me over it. Let's get right into it. Kicking off the list at number 10, The Eighth Sense. This gem follows Ji-hyun, a small town boy adjusting to Seoul life who falls hard for Jae-won, the effortlessly cool ex-military senior with a whole vault of unspoken feelings behind that calm exterior. Their slow burn romance is the kind that makes you scream at your screen in the best way. Every stolen glance and almost touch feels earned, not dragged out for filler. What really sets this one apart is how genuinely and gently it handles mental health and healing, giving the story real emotional depth without ever feeling like a lecture. It's tender, a little messy in that charming real people, real feelings way, and honestly, one of the more heartfelt entries on this list, a solid number 10 that sneaks up on you. At number 9, we've got Light on Me. This series follows Tae-kyung, a lifelong loner who finally decides to join the student council, only to accidentally stumble into a full-blown love triangle with brooding Shin-woo and golden boy Da-on. It's giving classic high school BL tropes, but somehow it commits to them so hard it loops back around to being genuinely gripping, especially once you realize nobody in this triangle is actually the villain. They're just all a mess in their own specific way. The side characters absolutely carry scenes they have no business stealing, and the slow burn between the leads is the kind that makes you scream into a pillow at 1 a.m. It's sweet, a little melodramatic, occasionally overfiltered in that classic KBL everyone glows way, but it earns its spot as a fan favorite gateway drama for a reason. Sitting at number 8, Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo. This BL kind of wrecked me, not gonna lie. Do-ho and Ju-young start off as this soft, healing teenage romance, and then the show just yanks them apart and skips 12 years like it wanted to personally test how much angst I could handle. What I actually respect about this one is it doesn't pretend love magically fixes trauma. These two come back as grown adults who are still kind of a mess, and watching them fumble their way back to each other felt way more real than most BL reunions. I will say, the back half gets confusing. There were a few scenes where I paused and went, wait, what just happened? So pay attention or you'll lose the thread. Still, when it hits, and that emotional gut punch is exactly why this one earned its spot on the list for me. Landing at number 7, To My Star. This one follows Kang Seo-joon, a washed-up actor with a scandal in his rearview mirror, and Han Ji-woo, the broody chef he crashes with, introvert and extrovert bait at its finest, and somehow it works ridiculously well. Season 1 is basically 9 episodes of pure comfort food, all soft smiles and grumpy cat meets golden retriever energy, the kind of thing you rewatch when you need your faith in romance restored. Then, Season 2 shows up and goes, actually, let's deal with real relationship problems now, trading some of that fluff for messier, more grown-up conflict, which not everyone was here for, but honestly, gave the story more teeth. It's not flawless. Plenty of subplots get dropped faster than Ji-woo's walls around Seo-joon, but as a complete package, sweet start and bittersweet growth included, it's easily earned its spot on this list. At number 6, we've got Semantic Error, and full disclosure, this one's a personal favorite, so I'm contractually obligated to gush a little. The student Sang-woo deletes his lazy teammates' names off a group project out of pure spite, chaos ensues, and somehow that petty move becomes the whole reason he falls for the guy he was trying to expose. I've watched this trope play out 100 times, and I still don't know how they made it feel new again. Every dumb little argument between these two just hit different for some reason. Sure, the budget is doing its absolute best, and some episodes kind of repeat themselves, but Park Jae Chan and Park Seo Ham had me completely fooled into thinking they weren't acting half the time. If it were my own personal ranking, this would easily be sitting in my top 3. At number 5, we've got Secret Relationships. This BL is a whole love square, not even a triangle, because apparently one toxic guy wasn't enough drama for Da-on. You've got the manipulative, sweet mentor, the possessive rich hothead he made a secret 11-year deal with, and the actual green flag coworker just trying to survive this circus with him. This is easily one of the messiest KBLs out there. We're talking kidnapping, stabbing, a wedding ring that doesn't even fit, and somewhere in the middle of all that chaos, a genuinely sweet, slow burn romance trying to breathe. It shouldn't work as well as it does, but the acting is so committed and the twists keep coming fast enough that you forgive the show for going full soap opera in the back half. It's unhinged, it's toxic, it's a lot, and somehow that's exactly why it earns its spot as one of the best. At number 4, The Time of Fever. This BL follows Hote and Donghee, childhood brothers who reunite as teens under one roof, except one of them is quietly falling apart trying to keep his feelings platonic, while the other slowly realizes he cares way more than a brother should. Nothing huge really happens plot-wise, yet the yearning is so thick it wrecks you anyway, every lingering glance doing more damage than a whole season of angst elsewhere. The ending is famously a little maddening and open-ended, but it fits the bittersweet, unfinished feeling this one's clearly going for, short, quiet, and devastating in the best way. At number 3, Love in the Big City. It follows Go Young's messy adult life, his ride-or-die best friend Mi-ae, a complicated relationship with his mom, and a rotating cast of boyfriends who each teach him something new, usually the hard way. It's less, will they end up together? And more, will this man ever stop sabotaging every good thing in his life? And watching him fumble through love, loss, and a medical diagnosis he barely tells anyone about hits harder than any typical romance arc. Raw, real, and exactly the kind of grown-up queer story that earns its spot this high on the list. At number 2, Love for Love's Sake. When I first watched this back in 2024, I immediately fell in love with it, probably because the plot was exciting and the acting was quite good, to be honest. And from there, this Korean BL rose to become one of the highest rated BLs at that time, and even 2 years later, it's still among the top. The chemistry between the main couple was chef's kiss, as their contrasting personalities made me look forward to what could be the endgame of their relationship. It's definitely not in the league of those BLs which I consider legendary or masterpieces, but it's still one of the most recommended BL series, whether you're a beginner or not. Securing the first spot, The Prosecutor's Proposal. It's definitely the best Korean BL series I have seen this year, and I'm glad that this series redeemed Korean BL, because there are only a handful of Korean BLs that I'd consider watchable this year. The tension, the chemistry, and the acting performances were all great, and although the execution could have been better by extending the number of episodes to add more depth to the story, this one brought so much excitement when I watched it. I don't know if there's another Korean BL that could top it this year, but so far, The Prosecutor's Proposal is the one to beat. The Lie We Lived In is also one of the Korean BLs I loved this year, but sadly, its ratings weren't enough to earn a spot on this list. Anyway, which Korean BL series would you love to see in this ranking? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.